You get a good leg rider, and it don't matter how good you are on your feet. If they pick top, they're going to ride you. They're going to turn you. Okay? You need to be good on the bottom of defeating leg riders. The best way to be a leg rider, and the best way to defend legs, and you've heard it before, but you don't let them in. You just don't let them in. So it's going back to down on the mat. Same thing as what we went over, what I was going over a little bit earlier tonight from the sit-back situation. Hold on. It starts with my base down here. I mentioned a little bit earlier about turning my elbows in. There's a lot less room here for my opponent to throw a leg in. Versus if I start out here with my elbows bent, which lots of times the guys that are doing stand-ups, they start out here, their elbows are way out and bent, and they're ready to explode and get right back up into them. But there's a lot of room here for that opponent to bump you forward, get the weight on your hands, and now throw a leg in. So the key right off the whistle, just like what we were talking about before, the sit-back situation, is pushing back and getting the weight off of you and back into your opponent and moving your arms and your elbows back in. It's creating less of an area for him to throw the legs in. So I'm starting with my elbows bent in right here. Now, it helps again to know if I'm wrestling a leg rider. You can't always scout everybody, but you like to have people scouted. You know, it's like I wasn't one for going to watch the videotapes, watching everything, little thing that my opponent was doing. I just kind of want to know what his go-to hold was on his feet, what his go-to hold was on the top, and basically what he did off the bottom. Just basically three core areas. But if I knew he was a leg rider, I was going to be prepared for it and just be that more mentally ready for it. If I'm on the bottom, come on over here, Bryce. If I'm on the bottom and that whistle blows, a guy bumps me forward, drives me forward, right here, now I'm in trouble. No matter where it's a leg rider or not, as soon as that whistle blows, I'm pushing, sitting back. You get my head up, keeping his weight off of me. Now I don't have to worry about the legs. I personally think a sit-back situation, like what we went over earlier, is a lot better for defending legs than what a stand-up is. Lots of times, if I'm here, you see guys come to stand up, and then the guy's throwing legs in right away. He's bumping you forward, and legs coming in. I like staying down low, sit backs, keeping my elbows, my hands in, and pushing legs out, keeping them out. I feel like I'm in a tighter ball, and my arms aren't getting away from my body. Now, first line defense, if he's riding me on the side, just kind of throw your knee up in here to my side, right there. If he's riding me on the side, trying to bump me forward, I got to know that leg's coming in. Okay? Again, I'm pushing back into him. He's trying to bump me forward. He's driving into me with his feet and his hips. He's trying to snake that leg in. I push him back. Simple as catching the ankle and throwing it off. Basic principles. Just like what I learned when I was in 7th grade. Coming, grabbing the ankle, I'm stepping up, throwing it off, and coming out and facing the opposite direction. Guys bump me forward, I'm trying to push back, he's trying to get that leg, and he's riding right to here. Coming here, grabbing the ankle, using my whole body, throwing that off as hard and far as I can, boom, and coming to cut my arm through the opposite way. Nothing special, just solid basics. Learned it from my middle school coach, still works today. But the key is not letting him get in. The reason he can't get that leg in right now, go ahead, I'm pushing back into him. I'm keeping his leg out with my elbow. I'm jamming into him here. I'm pushing, jamming, using my elbow, keeping that leg out. But as he's trying to throw it in, that's when I'm coming to that ankle if he's giving me that ankle. Okay? Now, let's say he does bump me forward a little bit. He beats me to the punch a little bit. Boom. Nope. Go ahead and throw it in a little bit. Yep, all the way. Boom. I'm going to try and bring my elbow back and catch it. I'm here. He bumps me forward. Boom. I'm bringing my elbow, dip my elbow in. I'm bringing my elbow back behind the foot, underneath it, and I'm trying to catch it. Now, something else that I like to do, depends. Well, if I get right to here, stay up on me. If I get right to here, I catch that. I'm going to stand all the way up to my feet with it. I'm going to come down. I don't like to come here on the knee. I lose my leverage. I want to stay down here on the ankle and on the foot. Now I've got leverage of his leg. It's going to be a lot easier for me to stand up with it. Hands posted. Again, heads up. If I get my head down right here, he can still drive off of this foot. He can drive into me and get me right down to the mat right to here. Flatten me out. Okay, and a good leg rider, if he's got my arm right here, he can start using that leg, hitting arm bars. Stepping over with his leg and taking my arm across my back. Coach Gay will probably go over some of that tomorrow from the top position in arm bars. If I'm here, bumps me forward, boom, I get my leg, I get my arm back, I catch it as it's coming in. Grabbing the back of the heel, posting, coming straight up in the air with it, and I start walking my feet out from underneath me, coming all the way up into my feet, and turning into them. I don't want to stay, if I catch that leg coming in, I don't want to stay here. I don't want to wrestle right here. I don't want to stay down the mat and then try kind of scooting here and come on around him. Right now I'm creating a scramble situation. And against a good leg rider, he's going to probably beat you here. If you get a leg, you take it all the way up into the air into your feet with it. I'm here, posting, heads up, and I'm walking my knees out and coming right up to my feet, turning into him with it. And obviously coming, tripping him up, taking him down to the mat. It's a matter of inches when you're beating a leg rider. Right there, I catch the leg, it's coming in right to here. Now, let's say I don't catch it quite in time. I try getting my arm back, but he's doing a good job. He's bumped my arm out. He gets the leg in. Before he throws it all the way in, say I couldn't get my arm back, I like to take my legs and I pinch. I catch his foot right here with my own knees. I'm here, he bumps me forward. I'm trying to get my leg back, I can't. See how I kind of put my feet together and I pinch and I catch that foot coming in. Even if he gets in a little bit more than that, I'm still right to here. I'm not letting him snake that leg in. Okay? Now from here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop my knee, I'm gonna drop my far knee back and then come underneath it right to here. And then I'm just going to raise my hips up and try running right over the top of him. I don't even have to use my hands at all. One of two things are going to happen. He gets the leg in, I catch it, I'm coming to here. Lots of times what's going to happen, he's going to do what he just did right there. He's going to fall off to the side. As I'm here, he's up top, get up on top of me, kind of square, right there. He's square, he's got this foot right here. My hips are square as well. As soon as I snake my leg out, and I start hipping into him, and what I do is I scoop his leg here with my own foot. And notice what I did with my other leg. I straighten it. And the reason I want to straighten my other leg right here, so he can't start squirming up around behind me and scrambling and getting around behind me. I want to straighten that leg and block him off so he can't come around behind me. So he's got the leg in. He's got the leg in right to there. I bring my knee here, I'm going to push that knee forward there, hip into him, but I'm going to straighten my leg here. Straighten that leg, and then run around him. If I don't straighten my leg, if I come to here and I don't straighten that leg, I just kind of try hipping into him here, he's going to stay with me right to here. But as soon as I straighten my leg out there, now I can get this leg out on top of him, he's going to have a hard time scrambling around me. Dropping back, running all the way around behind. I'm keeping my hands posted to the mat. I want to keep my hands posted to the mat so I stay up. I obviously don't want to come back and start giving up my arms. If I start coming back to here, he's already under my arms here. I want to keep him out in front of me. If I start bringing him back, he starts power halving. There, he starts driving me forward. Now I'm down on the mat right where he wants me. I want to stay up off the mat. Here to here. Straightening that leg. Running right over the top of him. So we've gone over preventing him coming in, good position, elbows in, catching as it's coming in, lifting it up, staying up to your feet, turning into him. Now we've blocked it with our knee, we've caught it coming in. He still hasn't gotten the leg in. Okay? Now, once he gets the leg in, the guy's got a leg into here, can do the old mule kick. Okay, I'm going to do the old mule kick by straightening my leg. I'm going to straighten my leg and then bring it right in next to my side. Now, the key is, once he get up on top of me and really put some pressure into me, start driving into me right there. You guys try to drive me forward, drive into me. I want to straighten my leg. When I straighten my leg, it's not just kind of just straighten it out nice and softly. When I straighten it, I want to explode. I want to mule kick it, just like a mule. Boom, I'm going to kick it. I'm going to raise straight back, and I'm also going to throw it up into the air, bring it right in down beside my other knee, and then I'm crawling forward and coming right in my sit-back situation. I don't want to sit in the same spot. He's got it in here. He's driving up into me. Okay, I'm going to kick it hard. Boom, I kick it, bring it right underneath. Boom, I'm coming right underneath, back into my sit-back situation. Looking for wrist control. I'm ready to get out. Rather than kicking it out, coming right to here, and now just sitting here still. Now I'm in the same position I was in before. Now he starts chopping my arms, working my wrist, and I'm going right down to the mat. As soon as you clear out of something, you're going right into another hold. Same thing when you're on the feet, like we were talking earlier. If he's got me in an underhook here, I clear out of that underhook, immediately I'm coming right into my own 2-on-1 over here. If I've got him in a 2-on-1, he clears out of it, he comes right in to get on my 2-on-1 of me, now he's working me. Rather than clearing out and just breaking out. As soon as you clear out of something, you're going right into something else. So mule kick, now he's got a leg in. Say, put it in there tight. Mule kick, I'm trying to mule kick out. I can't get that leg out, can't get it forward. Now what I'm going to do, guy by the name of Doug Schwab, NCAA champion for University of Iowa, 99, I believe. 99 was very good at this. Basically what he would do is he'd come here, he'd step up, and he would sit this leg through right there hard. Just like you're doing a sit-out. But notice where my hips are. My hips are up off of the mat. I've flung this leg out, sat this leg out, his leg's right into my lap. Now I'm going to elevate up into the air and run right back over the top of him with it. Okay? Obviously trying to catch him on his back. He's got a leg in. He's beat me to the punch. He's got the leg in. I'm sitting back. I kind of like, just like I'm doing my sit back, I'm pushing back into him, kind of setting him up for this. He's driving into me. I'm pushing back into him. I'm going to step up with my outside leg. Boom. I'm going to explode. I'm going to explode this leg. I'm going to sit this leg through hard. Boom. The harder I sit it through, the easier it's going to be for him to fall to his hip. Okay? Coming right to here, elevating up high, running right over the top of him. Keeping this leg right back elevated all the way to his back. Great hold. Doug Schwab used to struggle. I don't know if you guys remember, he used to get beat by guys like Pat McNamara from Michigan State. Used to ride him a lot with the legs. He would spend hours and hours and hours in the wrestling room after practice learning to defend legs. And this is the one thing that really helped him a lot, this hold right here. Go ahead and get the leg in again. He's beating me to the punch. He's driving me forward. Okay? Lots of times you see I don't like tripods. I don't like tripods, and then I don't like trying to roll through and do stuff like that. I'm not much of a guy to roll around. I think that's where he's good at. If a guy's a legger and he's good there, you definitely don't want to be rolling around on the mat with him. So I'm not in for rolls. Solid holds. He's got the leg in. I'm pushing back into him. Head's got to stay up. Head has to stay up because if I get my head down, now it's going to be really easy for him to start coming underneath power halving. If guys got a power halve on me, this is not fun. Okay? Head's got to stay up. Boom, boom, boom. Sitting that through right to there. Elevating up, stepping over, running around. All right. Everything we've done so far. Yeah, you got a question?
Does it make a difference when you grab that ankle if you were to go inside of it?
Like cup it underneath? I don't know. I've always just gone over the top. I think from the fact that as I'm here, if I'm over the top, I'm coming this way, so it's easier to pull it with me. If I'm here, I guess it probably wouldn't matter. It just feels probably more comfortable in my grip to come to here. I don't think there is a wrong or right there. Just as long as you're getting the leg elevated and stepping over and you're pulling them into you, it's just as good. Everything that we've done so far has been, you got a question up there? Okay. Right to there? Okay, I'm gonna get to that here in just a second. But I guess from my feet, I'll show you what I do from there here in a minute. I'm gonna have a hard time. If he's figure four, go ahead and figure four that. I'm gonna have a hard time throwing that through there if he's figure four in that. Okay? So far, everything we've done has been from up on our knees. I don't want to get down to the mat with a leg rider. First, we try keeping them out, not letting them in. First mover out the whistle, elbows in, catches it coming in, stand up to your feet, pinching it, catching it, mule kicking, and then sitting it through. Now, he gets a leg in. Now, that's where we're going right now. He gets a leg in, figures fours me right to here. This is about the only time that I'm probably going, once a guy gets a figure four, this really isn't that hard to beat. Why? Because he's all the way off to one side. If I'm a leg rider, and I'm not, but I know a little bit about it, but if I'm a leg rider, I'm probably not going to want to lock my legs because I can't get my hips up on top of my opponent. If his legs are locked like this, he's off to the side. If he's off to the side, he's going to be really easy for me to get out of this. All I'm going to have to do is just basically crawl forward, throw his hips into the mat. Now, once I throw his hips into the mat, I'm going to run right over the top of him. I don't want to do that. I never want to crawl forward, really, if I'm up on my knees. I'm here, figure four. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm throwing my left hip. See how easy it was? He just fell off to the side, stay up on me. All I'm doing is I'm throwing him to the side right to there, and then I'm pushing, and I'm running straight back into him, crowding him. A good leg rider is going to be, I know that Rob Cole's an awfully good leg rider, and he was here earlier. He's going to keep his foot planted right here. He's probably not going to be locking this guy's leg here. He's probably going to not lock his own legs a lot. He's probably going to stay here, stay right up into him, and start using his arms right here, and just driving and keeping pressure into him with his own legs, hips up on top. Now, say a guy does get me broken down to the mat. Okay, go ahead. Yep, leg in. Guy's got me broken down to the mat here. Defending legs. First thing I want to do, I want to turn my hip down, just like what I was talking about, army crawl forward. He's got my left leg in. I'm going to turn my left hip down. Try and keep that leg in. Okay. I'm here. I'm going to turn that left hip down. I'm just going to crawl, army crawl forward. Right there, my leg's out. Okay. Turn the other way. He's got me flat. Stay up on top. There you go. He's starting to elevate my leg. The last thing I want to do, especially in freestyle, I don't want him to be able to lift my hip up off of the mat. I want that hip down to the mat. He starts bringing that hip off the mat, it's going to make it real easy to turn me. I got to keep this hip to the mat. All I'm going to do is crawl forward, turn that hip down. I'm going to try and turn my leg. See here? He's got my leg turned out that way. I want to turn it in. And the only way I can do that is by turning my hip down the mat and then crawling forward, belly crawling forward, army crawling forward. Okay? Now, what I like to do when a guy's got a leg in, right here, guy's got a leg in. I'm trying to army crawl forward. I can't do that. Can't move forward. He's really got my hip cranked. I'm in trouble. Really started cranking on my leg. Okay, right to here. Now I'm really in trouble. What I want to do is I want to get both my legs. I want to get both of my legs onto one of his legs, the one that he's got in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise this one up and actually take it over and step. I'm going to go from here to here. I'm going to start scooping his leg with my knee right here. So I'm here, lifting it up, bring it over, stepping. I'm going to start scooping. As I start scooping, turn with me here. I don't want to bring my chest up off the mat quite yet. I want to keep my chest down on the mat. If I start bringing my chest up, now I'm giving up my arms here. He starts power halving me. I want to stay down low here where I can fight things, keep my elbows in, bringing this knee up. I keep bringing this knee up of mine to scoop his foot up. And I keep sitting back into him. Then I'm going to get that, when I can get this foot, I'm going to post it on the mat, and I'm going to push straight back into him. Again, I'm not standing up with it. I'm just kind of pushing back into him. I don't want to lift, never want to come here and lift it into me. You're just giving the guy the opportunity to grab his own leg here. I want to keep that leg as far away from his hand as possible. If he grabs his own knee, that ain't much leverage. But if he gets his own ankle in here, now I might be in trouble. Even if he does get it, I'm still coming here, I'm posting, and I'm pushing his body away from his foot. Really simple. This is what I really learned when I got to college and fixed all my problems once guys got legs in. Coming here, getting it over both, pushing back, and then just kind of scooping that leg right there with my own knee. Posting, pushing it back, hipping over, just like this right here. And this guy's gonna belly out right here. He knows he's done for. And then you're going right into leg or arm turks, right here. Perfect opportunity to get an arm turk. Stepping up, turning them over, which Gable's gonna go into a lot tomorrow. You got a question? Okay. So if you're here and you step over, now the guy's putting a body scissors on. Right there. Okay. Now here's the thing. Look at where his foot is. It's way back. Take that off. If it's up here, he's going to have a hard time scissoring because his leg's too far up here to reach. If I just step over and I leave it there, okay, now go ahead and step over and scissor that. He's probably going to be able to scissor that there. So I got to be careful. Even if he does get the scissors in here, go ahead and put the scissors in. Right here. Yep, keep them in. Right here is what you're talking about. Okay, even if he does get the scissors in right here, just like you said too, I got to be careful of reaching back and power halving. If I reach back here, now I'm giving up this arm, and he comes underneath, power halves, and I go right over to my back. A guy gets the leg scissors in, is he going to turn me here if he doesn't have a power half? Absolutely not. I cannot panic here and start flailing my arms around and start reaching to break the hold. Elbows in. You've got to be able to keep your elbows in and your head up. If he's got the leg scissors in, again, I'm not going to get turned. I just got to be smart, wrestle smart, keep pushing back. I'm going to slide through his legs right there. Keep that leg scissors in. Scissors my body, okay? I'm here. I'm keeping my elbows in. I'm digging. It's not going to be, the snap of the fingers and boom, you're out. That's just the sport of wrestling. It's just, even though we're doing technique videos, I don't care who you are, what position you're in, it's never as easy as it looks sometimes. And especially in a situation like this. This is where you're just going to have to, it's in a dogfight, and you're going to have to work hard to be able to get out here. But the biggest thing is staying in position, not giving up your arms. Anytime you're on the bottom, especially against a leg rider will never be able to turn you unless he's got some kind of hold up top underneath the arms. Cannot give up your arms. Guy gets the legs in, power half, or not power half, but leg scissors right there. Now he's going to start power halving. I got to make sure I keep my right arm in here. All I'm just squeeze. There you go. Now, again, he's not going to be able to turn me here. Even if I can't slide my body back here, at least I get my arm in here. I'm going to start coming up to here. Start elevating at the knee, right here. As long as I keep my elbow in, I'm just going to create a scramble situation here. The fact that I'm lifting up. Now, I can come here and get my elbow in and start separating those feet. Okay? And again, I'm not going to want to grab this right here and start lifting. I start lifting, now he starts grabbing his own foot. As soon as I get this here, I'm actually pushing that off. I want to push and post. I always like to keep that foot on the mat, and then I'm going to come and step right on over and run around. Great question. It just, elbows in. And remember that, a guy will never turn you unless you give up your elbows, power half. You got to be able to keep your elbows in. Same thing if a guy's got two legs in. Two legs, right here. This is less dangerous than one leg as far as getting turned. Guy cannot turn you with two legs in. He's got to have one leg to drive off of. All this is a stall ride. It's eating up the clock. It's buying him time. It's preventing him from getting taken down on the feet. Okay? Guy cannot turn from, even if he's got a power half in. He's got a power half in here. He's going to have a real hard time turning me because he can't drive off his legs. He's going to have to take one leg out or the other. Bottom line, both legs in here is basically just a stall ride. But same situation applies. You can't sit here and just let him stall. You got to get out. You got to get up to your feet. You got to put points on the scoreboard. So guy got both legs in. Same thing we were doing before. It doesn't really matter. I'm either going to put both legs over here or I'm going to put both legs over here. Now we're in the same situation we were in before. I'm sitting back into him. I'm pushing that foot up, posting it, hips up, running it right over. Okay? Nothing used to aggravate me more as a wrestler than to get someone that was a leg rider and they weren't going to turn you, but they're just trying to slow you down. Okay? You can't let people slow you down. Getting into beating legs in other situations. As far as kind of what we were getting to earlier, I'm doing a sit back. I'm doing a sit back into here. I sit all the way back. Go ahead and crab ride me. So as I sit back, I'm coming into here. He's pulling me into him, and then you go right into a crab ride. Like, come bring your legs. Yep, just like that. Right there, right to here. Now, if I'm in a crab ride position, first of all, the worst time to get turned in a crab ride position is actually right off of when you're sitting back. And the reason being, go right into that. As I'm sitting back, I'm giving him the pressure he needs to take me back, just like that. I've given him momentum. So it's really important, especially if I know that I'm wrestling leg rider, and I got my arms in, I'm pushing, I'm trying to keep my elbows down. Even though I can't keep them in, because remember what I said about the sit back, I'm not too concerned about keeping my elbows in. The biggest thing I'm concerned about is pushing, getting his weight off of me and getting to here. Okay? But if I know I'm wrestling leg rider or not leg rider, it doesn't really matter. As I'm pushing, okay, I want to keep my arms down. So as he tries, say he's trying to use momentum, he's trying to throw me up, I cannot let my elbows go up in the air and get extended away from my body. Keeping your elbows down into here. Now, once I get to here, I'm not so concerned about the legs as much as I am the arms. The first thing I want to do is I want to clear the hands and the arms. Because again, is he going to turn me if he's got the legs in? No. Can he turn me if he's got a power half in? Absolutely. So my first line of concern is getting the hands, 2-on-1. I'm here, he's underneath my arms. Simple, same principles apply as what they did earlier. Come in here, 2-on-1. I'm going to roll it out to the side. Boom, come into here, attack the other hand, right to there. Now I'm out. Even if he's got the legs in, say he's got the legs in right to here. Say he's got the legs in right to there. I mean, it's not going to hold you in here. It's really easy. I'm just going to scoot my hips a little bit. I can lift here. I can just kind of lift to here. You know, as long as he's not underneath your arms, the legs don't really mean a whole lot. He's in trouble right now. He doesn't have anything to hold on to. Yes? If he's got a single leg right to there, yeah. If he's going to come, if I'm here, okay, just got a single leg in. I'm in here. He comes to cross face. Boom, right to there. I'm just going to try to catch the hand here and throw it off of my head. But again, the biggest thing is, though, if he does, say he does cross face me right to here, I don't catch the hand. He's still not going to be able to hold me really on my back. I'm just going to be able to still at least come to here and he's got the leg in. I'm not in any danger or any jeopardy of actually getting pinned or really giving up a whole lot of near falls. Do the other side, right to here. So he cross faces me here. Same thing. Now, let's say he does get me over here. I'm going to grab this arm and try and throw it off. The other thing is, scoot this way a little bit. He cross faces me. I want to try and come here and catch the arm. If I catch the arm, great. I'm going to throw it off of my head right to here. I'm just going to turn into him. I got my reversal. Okay? If he does cross face me, nope, cross face me that way, I'm sorry. Cross faces me right to here, same thing. I'm still going to, I come over. I'm not going to probably get held here. I'm coming through. I'm turning my hips down to the mat. I'm going to grab his wrist or his arm. I just want to push it off and pull my head out. Okay? The guy behind really just doesn't have a lot to hold on to, especially if I get control of one of his hands. Okay? The biggest thing that's going to hurt you is just when it comes across and cross faces you. It just hurts. You know, boom. But as far as, turning or pinning, you don't have to really worry about it. Okay? I'm here, getting the legs out. Under the arms, right to here, now I'm in trouble. I got to clear the arms. Power half. Guys got a power half in right to here. Guys got a power half in and the leg in. Now I'm in trouble. Now I'm starting to get worried. Okay? But I'm the one that put myself in this predicament because I let my elbow get up and away from me. Now, in a situation like this, I'm going to want to try and wing down. Is it going to be easy to wing down? Heck no. Especially when this guy's got a power half in right to there. He's cranking me over. I want to try winging down. But if anything, I'm going to come and I'm going to try and push that side off. This arm here off, or if he's just got a half in right to here, he's trying to take me over. I want to come to here and try and push that off. But I'm turning into it. Just like I was saying before, there's sometimes you want to turn into the hold. Obviously now, I don't want to turn away from it. I'm putting myself to the back. I'm pumping down, elbow down. Same principle as the sit-back situation before. I'm bringing my elbow down. I'm turning into the hold. Bringing my leg out, right to here, stepping right on over. This is where I don't like to be. I don't like to tripod up. If I'm here, a guy's got a leg in, right to here, You know, basically the things that I was taught is to roll, which I wouldn't want to be here. If a guy's got leg in, I would rather go down to my knees. I'd rather go down to my knees and fight it here than tripod up to my feet. If I do come up to my feet, I'm probably going to do the same thing that what I was telling you that Doug Schwab did. I'm going to come to here and boom, sit it out right to there. If he's reaching over right there, that's another reason not to tripod. Yeah. Go ahead and put that legs, banana split, like crash my legs right there. Now, from right to here, if I did get here, I'm going to actually turn my right hip down, boom, right to there. It's going to be easier to break his grip by extending my knee and throwing it right to here and letting his weight come down there than it would be here and trying to come through this way. This isn't going to do me any good now. I'm going to want to try and fight those hands, boom, right to there. But I'm still not out of this. Obviously, I want to start scooting my hips out and just trying to come around behind and scramble up on top. But again, that's a lot easier said than done too. Pretty much. Go ahead and get right to there. Now hook the banana splits, like grab that leg right to there. Yeah. I'm still not going to want to sit. I'm going to have a really hard time sitting my leg through right to here. If he's locked through there, I think the mistake that a lot of kids make is they panic here and they're trying to stay here and they don't do anything. They kind of sit here. All right? You've got to be able to move. But you've got to be smart too. But same type of thing, I'm just going to kind of bring my knee. My power is right here in this knee. Whether I'm up on the feet or down right here. I'm going to bring that knee forward right to there. And again, I'm still not out of this. I'm so far from getting out right now. Okay? Especially against a good leg rider. He's going to be really driving into me and making me go forward. Okay? He's driving into me. Boom. I'm going forward right to here. Okay? Now, we're in the same situation we were in before. Turning that hip down, crawling forward. Any other, yeah. If he's got his leg in, it's not staked, and the other foot's hooking my ankle. Go ahead. You understand what he's saying? Yeah. Put the leg in, right like that. I'd probably do the same thing here that I was doing. What I was telling you what Doug Schwab does. It's a really good hold. Even if he's got this foot, I should still be able to I don't know what's going to keep him from keeping my foot from coming from here to here. But I would just come from here and then sit it right through right there. There's not a lot that's going to hold my foot. As long as I can get my foot up and off, I don't have to move my knee at all up off the mat. If I pick my knee up, he can raise his foot up with me. Bring your foot, as I bring my knee up, boom, right to there. But if I can just step that out right to there and then come through right to here. Now, sometimes what's kind of tough to defend is if I get a leg in right to here, and now I'm starting to lift it right to here. And the guy's taking you over and running over. That can be really tough if a guy's riding an ankle or riding your leg right to here, especially if he's just kind of sitting back here riding on it. But if a good guy, he gets it up and high up into the air and he starts running you over here, this is what's going to be tough to defend. Okay? Go ahead and get my ankle like that. Hook my ankle. Yep, right like that. Now, step up with your other foot. Lift that up in the air. Arch it. Yeah, right there. That's what's a good leg rider or a good guy riding ankles, be able to use his legs. This is what's going to be tough. Go back down over there. Again, how did he get the leg in here? Where's my hips? Where's my weight? It's forward. If I would have been doing a good job off that whistle, pushing back into me or into him, that would have never happened. It's all about preventing it. But if he buzzed me forward, he gets that ankle hooked right to there, okay? And especially if he's sitting on it. Logical thing that I want to do right now is turn my hip into him and then snake that leg out. Not that hard, okay? Even if he elevates it a little bit, go ahead and stand up and start elevating right to there. I start moving my knee over here, get me some space. Boom. Just keep moving my hips out. Hustle. But if he's sitting on that, if he just kind of just sit right back on it, Heart right there, right there. There you go. Now I can't get my foot out. It's stuck in there. It's wedged in there. He's only going to be able to sit there for so long before that referee calls a stalemate. But again, I don't want that referee calling a stalemate. I want to get out now. Okay? What I want to do here is I'm just going to push, just like we were talking about before. I'm going to push, I'm going to push, I'm going to push just straight back into him, take my weight right over the top of him. If he's going to have all of his weight right here, just kind of sitting here and holding this and trying to watch that clock tick down, all my weight's back on me. Now, if he starts pushing back into me, I'm in trouble. I should be having my weight up into him so he can't do that. Okay? Yeah.
Going back to the splits, when you execute that counter splits, you have your hand posted there. Is it possible for him to catch a guillotine from that position?
Leg hooked here, coming underneath and catching my arm. Well, if catching right this arm right here, I think he could grab it, but there's I just don't know what he's going to do with it once he gets. The only thing that he could really do right now is he tries grabbing that arm and hooking it or winging it or whatever. There's not a lot that if anything, I can take that arm right there after he gives it to me and pull it out from underneath him. I've probably got the upper hand right here. So if he grabs my arm, because I've got all my weight that I can come down with right to here. What he's going to want to do in this situation, he's probably not going to want to grab my arms. What he's going to want to do in this situation is actually start driving his hips and his weight into me this way and start driving that way and get my weight forward right here. And I know the clock's ticking down, and this is what I want to go into next. Once you defend the legs, you're not done. It's not all about, so far we've talked about not letting them in, catch them as they're coming in. Once they are in, how to defend them. Defend a lot of situations like what if he does this, what if he does that. Even when you get out of the legs, you defend the legs, you're still down on the mat and you're not out. Working on building the base a little bit. Guy gets a leg in, okay. I army crawl forward like we talked about, right here, okay. I've still got a lot of work to do right here. I've got an awful lot of work to do, especially against a legger, to where I know is if I post my hands on the mat right here, and I just bring my hips up, boom, here comes the leg again. All right? I've got to be really careful about how I come up to my base. I'm here, I get my leg out, I belly crawl forward, I want to push back into him, I want to be pushing back into him, right to here, and I want to be getting my knee underneath me. If I'm wrestling a legger, I like to bring my inside knee underneath me here. I know when you're building your base, lots of times the opposite side that he's on, so he's on my left side, I bring my right leg up. And I push my weight over that right leg. I don't like to do that against a legger, against a really good, tough legger. That's opening me up an awful lot. Even if I try bringing my elbow in here. If I try bringing my elbow in here, then I lose a post. It seems like it's really easy for him to drive me straight across and break me down right to here. I don't like bringing my outside knee up and then pushing against the legger and leaving that inside leg open. If I'm wrestling a legger, he's got the leg in, I belly crawl forward right to here. I'm crawling forward, bringing that knee right back up underneath me. That inside knee. I want to catch a wrist. I'm bringing my hips back underneath me, and I'm getting my wrist control. Okay? Now, obviously right now I'm open to a deep waist, pretty tight. I got to be careful here. I want to try and grab that wrist and then get my hips out if I can. Go ahead. He's got a tight waist here. Okay, he's tight waisted me. I'm actually going to push and sit back into him right like this. Get his weight off of me. Again, sitting back into him. Okay. Again, leg in. Say belly crawl forward right to here. I'm going to push back and then scoot my leg. Crawl forward a little bit and scoot that leg up in front of me. Way up high to where I know he's not getting that leg in. Now again, I just got to remember, I got to be careful here. Chopping here, deep waist in there. But I'm not too concerned right now as long as I have control of this wrist. If I've got control of this wrist, I just keep walking my legs out. I'm going to walk, and turn my hips to the opposite side, just like what we were talking about in that sit-back situation. I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop right to here. I don't want to stop here. I don't want to stop until I'm right to here. Now I'm out. No matter how he's got a leg in, how you defend it, okay, whether it be here, whether I step over here, okay? I gotta be able, it's not over until I'm back out on top, or if I'm here, I belly crawl forward, push back, get that knee underneath me. I'm down here in a nice tight ball too, okay? I'm kind of like a turtle with my head as well. I don't want to be sticking up my head way up high here and have him come underneath and power half me. And staying in tight right to here, bring that knee underneath me. Again, walking my legs out, controlling that wrist. The other thing is if he comes underneath here with this arm right to here, say he tries to grab my ankle here and he's deep waist in here or something, you know, you can peel that off. But I also like to grab this hand right here. If I can get this hand, I feel really good. Okay? If I can get this hand, I feel really good. Keep scooting my hips and then turn the other way. Turn into the hand that way. Controlling the hands. It doesn't really matter what hand I have. As long as I got 2-on-1 on one of his hands, my hips are underneath me, and I'm controlling his hands, I'm out. Is it pretty? No. Doesn't need to be. As long as you get the 1 or 2. Yeah. Okay, he's got tight waist right to here. Okay. Like say he's got me flat to the mat here like this. Okay. Anytime a guy gets tight waist on me right to here, what I'm gonna try and do, just kind of like in freestyle when you're defending a gut wrench. First thing I'm gonna do, especially if it's down flat there, I'm gonna try crawling forward a little bit, getting him moving, and that's when I bring my inside knee up and I grab that wrist. I don't wanna have it really tight here, get a really tight waist right here, and then just bring my knee up. Okay. I wanna have hand control first before I bring that knee up. Because if I don't have that hand control, he drives into me right to here and takes me right on over. Now it's too late to try and get hand control. I want to have hand control. I want to have hand control before I start bringing that knee up. So once I do get to here, I can throw my hips out and start pushing that hand off. Throwing those hips out is key. Okay? Boom. Turn it all the way into him. Any questions? Defending legs, it's not easy nor fun, but it's got to be taught and it's got to be learned. Like I said, I was very fortunate to have probably 2 of the best leg riders in the country that I was able to get on the mat with. And you know what? And you figure out your own things. A lot of this stuff nobody ever taught me. It's just from getting into situations over and over and over again and trying to defend them. But the key is hips underneath you, and hand control. Whether it's defending legs, sit-outs, stand-ups, it doesn't matter. Hips underneath you and hand control. Any other questions as far as defending legs? And not getting, the other thing about, especially defending legs, not getting careless. Remember I talked about earlier in the sit-back series, you see kids, they start flailing the arms all over and they start panicking. You got to keep your arms in. You just got to realize, you got to tell your athletes that they're not going to be able to turn you with the legs. It's when they get the power halves. Okay, it's when they get a regular half or when they get an arm bar. When they start controlling your upper body, that's when you're going to get turned. They're not going to turn you with the legs. So really concentrate on controlling the hands. You take away their hands, you take away the hands of a guy on top, and he doesn't have much. All right, thank you very much for listening. I know it's been late. Good job.
I'd like to add a few thoughts about the sport of amateur wrestling. I'd have to thank the National Wrestling Coaches Association for all the work and effort they've been doing for the last few years. They used to be a volunteer organization. That means coaches like myself would be the president, the vice president, and of course I'm worried about winning wrestling matches, and instead I should be also worried about the sport. And now we have actually 6 or 7 full-time professional staff members within this organization. And that's why we've added 39 new programs in college wrestling in the last few years. And as I say that, I got to be looking over my shoulder because there's programs that are still thinking about dropping the sport of amateur wrestling. And little do they know that there's thousands of kids out there. I mean, there's 1 million youth, there's 250,000 high school wrestlers, and then it goes to college and you go way down to about 7,500. And then at the Olympic level, you got about 500 or less. So you can see the opportunity gets smaller as we go up, which it should be. However, we need more opportunity. And that's why I have to thank the NWCA, and I have to thank a lot of these full-time people that are working just on our sport, whether it be in Washington, D.C. or across the country. We coaches no longer can just coach our sport. We have to be concerned about our sport and make sure that we establish good relationships with the proper people within our athletic department, within the proper people nationally, to make sure that we have more college opportunities and Olympic opportunities in the future. 48 of our states right now are sanctioned at the high school level for high school wrestling. And actually, a couple of states have sanctioned high school tournaments for wrestling for women, and that's Hawaii and Texas. And they're on the rise. I think a few years ago we had 200 high school wrestlers that were girls and female. Now we have, I believe, almost like 6,000 young women wrestling. So we are on the move. We just need more opportunities at that upper level. So it kind of depends on you to help us keep them good relationships going.